Eggplant is one of those foods that you either love it or hate it. I'm one of those who love the taste of eggplants. So I try to grow them in my garden. And traditional eggplants are rounded and elongated in shape, dark purple in color. There are some varieties that are pink, like this, Rosa Blanca. I had it last year in my garden growing. Also, there are white eggplants. It still has a traditional eggplant shape, just a different color. And this variety is called white egg. It's medium-sized, round, pure white fruit. It was quite rare at some point, but now you can find it in most grocery stores. Also, there are eggplants that look like regular ones. They are purple, but they have a long shape. The one I have in the garden this year is called long purple, and most eggplant varieties have purple blooms. But there is one that blooms differently. It has white flowers, and the flowers look like potato flowers. They have a similar shape. But what's most unique about this variety of eggplant is the fruit. It is so different from traditional eggplants. It's round and red with green streaks. It looks like a tomato. This variety is called Melanzana Rossa di Rotonda, or in short, Rotonda eggplant. It's a very unique member of eggplant family. It was originally brought to Rotonda, Italy from Ethiopia just before World War II. What I've noticed in comparison to other eggplants, this one is producing abundantly. Like usually there is 1 or 2 eggplants at the time on a plant, but here you can see almost 10 fruit hanging from one tiny plant. So even though the fruit are smaller, there is a ton of them. These red eggplants can be consumed boiled, steamed, pickled, or in stews with meat or other vegetables. And I even heard that young leaves are also often used in soups. I haven't tried that yet. Some people call this variety pumpkin eggplant because it resembles a little tiny pumpkins when they are ripe. According to some sources, it's not bitter unless allowed to ripen to the red stage, and some people pick them green and prepare as they would any other eggplant. But I decided to taste red, ripe eggplants first, and then I'll see if I want to try the green ones. So I sliced my red eggplants into circles and sprinkled a bit of salt to add some flavor. Also, with traditional purple eggplant, salt usually draws out bitterness when you let it sit a bit. So I wanted to see if that's the case with red eggplants. So after letting my eggplant sitting for a bit, then I wiped the extra moisture that was forming on top of the slices, and I decided to fry them without any additional spices or addings because I wanted to try how it tastes in its pure form just with salt. And what can I say? It does taste similar to regular eggplants, but I would say a little bit more exotic. The eggplant taste is more distinctive here. It's more fleshy. It's not as bitter as some people were describing it online. Maybe because I love eggplants and that suppose bitterness doesn't bother me. I like the smell of these eggplants. It's a bit fruity and intense, kind of reminds you of prickly pears, and the flavor is a little bit spicy. So I definitely love this new variety and will be growing it in my garden. And I do recommend you to try it as well.